product mix and profitability.
Okay, so generally, going back to the former class, we're looking at break-even. Yeah, just a recap, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're looking at break-even, then cost, profit, volume, margin of safety. So basically, what the subject is talking about is, as a company, you want to break even. You are launching out as a business, or you want to go into the market with a product or a service. So break-even talks about planning planning and forecasting how you're going to either provide services at a cost, and the price should be the same. So you should not make profit and you should not make loss. And that's what break-even is all about. The point, so the point where you meet your total cost equals your total revenue. So there's no loss, because most businesses that launch out mostly start with a loss. So that financial plan forecasting method for break-even analysis is sitting down to look at what should I produce to arrive at a profit, what should I produce to arrive at break-even, and what cost will I incur, what volume of product will I produce to either break-even or have at least a margin of safety. Margin of safety, what does it mean? Margin of safety generally means a little above the break-even threshold. That is, for example, your cost is 200 million and your revenue, what you made, is 200 million. So instead of sliding down to maybe 199 million, you will jack up the forecast to about maybe 201 or 202 million. You plan towards that to say, okay, if I produce this kind of product or this kind of volume, I should be able to be safe, so that my break-even point, I won't make exorbitant profit and I will not slide into loss. So the break-even point and that margin of safety is the safest place you are above loss level. And that's what break-even is all about. So the margin of safety is looking at the extra you provide to
extra units
to stay extra unit exactly of activity you want to stay.
So it's related to
loss level.
Shadow prices. It's related to it somehow.
Yes, something like that. Shadow pricing, exactly, something like that in performance management. So generally, there's also the cost, volume, profit. If you are targeting profit at first shot during your launch out, it's possible to make profit. Some companies are ambitious, so you could make profit, but then you need to sit down to say, okay, what's the cost I should incur? What's the volume I should produce? And what profit or target profit am I looking at? And that's what cost, volume, profit is all about. So there are some limitations to that model, but then essentially I'm basically looking at a recap: the cost, the volume, and the profit. You are forecasting how you'll be able to at least make profit or a targeted profit at your first launch out. So generally, that's what this concept of break-even is about, and that's what we looked at in the last class. Then today we'll be continuing, but then we're going to do more of summary to look at a product mix. So for example, you have a portfolio of products on your product line. So what product mix would make you drive you to profitability? There are some products that they don't contribute very much to the mix or to the portfolio of products, and there are some that are cash cows in your product mix. And that's what we can see on the screen on product mix and profitability decisions. So at section 1, 2, 3, we're looking at the break-even, financial forecasting, budgeting, and all those techniques you've done in performance management. So we'll have to run and do a summary. Yeah, so in a concise and succinct summary is what we've just looked at so far.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. So Salmat, welcome to the call. Nice to have you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's good to have you, Julie.
Thank you. I've been missing out of action for a while. Yeah.
That gave you so long.
Yes. Thank you.
Salmat, it's good to have you.
I know Salmat is wondering who that voice is. Salmat, that's my namesake. He's back.
Yes,
He's been a while.
He's been away for
some time. Yeah.
For a while.
Where the most circumstances.
Salmat, are you based in Kano?
No, I'm in Abuja.
Okay, Abuja. Okay, it's all right. I was trying to pick the face.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's nice having us. So let's move to product mix and profitability decisions very briefly. So like I said, product mix can be described as a set of all product lines and items that a particular manufacturer plans to produce. So a manufacturer's product mix will have some characteristics such as the width of the product mix, looking at how different product lines the company carry. So for example,
excuse me, sir. You said product mix is described as the set of all product lines and items that a particular manufacturer plans to produce. Is it for only planning? What about produces? What if it starts produces? It's no longer going to be called product mix again?
Yeah, so even if he starts producing, he's still going to be called product mix. So initially, there is a cycle in production. So every cycle must be planned.
Okay.
So
I understand.
Yes, every production cycle must be planned. So if you finished a cycle and the product is gone out of the market, you've sold off, any one you want to plan to produce again is a fresh cycle. And it must be planned. So depending on the result of the other cycle, if the result of the other cycle is profit or losses, then you have to sit down and re-strategize. And that is why the header states product mix and profitability decision. So maybe you'll be making losses, you want to come back and make profit. So you need to replan and sit down. So it's not an activity subject, it's a planning subject based on the result of the former. Good question, and thank you for that. So a manufacturer may look at, his volume for a particular period and looking at the market and their response to the previous produce and which portfolios or which mix of products produce the best result. So this product mix will have some characteristic, and based on the product, we look at width of the product mix, referring to how many different product lines the company carries. So for example, we have Promasidor. Promasidor has cowbell chocolate, has cowbell coffee, has cowbell strawberry, has cowbell this, cowbell that. So those are the different products on its lines. Which ones are performing? And that's what we talk about, the width. Then the length of the product mix refers to the total number of items the company holds in its product mix. So how many cowbell this, cowbell that is on that line? Then I learned they are the owners of Tech School. Is it Tech School or Tex? There's one beverage called is red or popular. So my son loves it very much. Tech School or something. It's a beverage like Milo. Now and it's on a different line. So looking at the length, how many lines of different products on different categories do they have? Milk, beverage, tin, whatever it is. So on that length is what to look at the number of items the company holds in the product mix. So planning is very important, especially for startup, those that want to launch out for the first time and those that have been in the market for long. So depth, after width, we looked at length, then the depth of product mix refers to how many variants are offered for each product in the line. So we have that of cowbell, we have the cowbell milk, we have cowbell strawberry. So those ones are variants. We have cowbell coffee, we have, just to use an example, then maybe Hollandia. Hollandia has a lot of variants on its Hollandia yogurt. We have strawberry, we have vanilla, we have chocolate, we have different types, but it's still under Hollandia yogurt. So now that depth is talking about the variants that are offered on each product line. So consistency of the product mix refers to how closely the various product lines are related in end use. End use talking about the consumers. So most production companies or conglomerates like this, they sell directly to distributors. Distributor sells to wholesalers, looking at the supply chain. Wholesalers sell to retailers, and retailers sell to consumers finally. Now, the consistency is very important. Looking at production requirements, the distribution channels I just spoke about, and other ways. So consistency of the product mix refers to how closely the various product lines are related to end use, and how much and how consistent they meet the market needs, and the availability in the market also. Very important. So looking at product mix and pricing decision, it refers to the decision regarding, number one, adding a new or eliminating any existing product from the mix. Very important. So research and development of most of these FMCGs and manufacturing companies look at the contribution of most of the products to their revenue and profit. So they make decisions based on either adding or eliminating. Don't forget, there is a product life cycle of each product. We have the introduction stage, we have the starting stage. From the starting stage, it grows, it matures. After it matures, then every product have its lifetime in the market. No product stays in perpetuity. So it begins to decline, and after declining, the company will have to kill that product. Growing up, I used to remember product like Okin Biscuit. Where is Okin Biscuit today? How many people remember Okin Biscuit? I know we don't have Gen Zs on the call. All of us are 70s, 80s. So you know Okin now. You remember Okin, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's only Gen Z, maybe the 90s and 2000s that will not remember Okin. And there's no Gen Z on this call. So Okin Biscuit, what practically happened to Okin is they killed the product. There was a time it was booming. I remember that time, if I don't eat Okin Biscuit, I won't go to school.
Are you serious? Wow.
Okin Biscuit, I was so affected.
But it wasn't sweet.
Yeah, it was not sweet. Yeah, it was not sweet, but then I loved it madly. Okin Biscuit, my favorite. So I still remember it vividly, 70s, 80s, ending 70s and early 80s. So you look at Brahma Guarana. Brahma Guarana, if you remember Brahma.
Don't know that, don't know that
You
one.
remember this? You don't know that one?
I don't know. No, I was in the south. So maybe it was a northern
from the
thing.
south. No, it was not a northern thing. It was a southern thing. Yeah. They were competing with Coke and Co. Salma, you remember Brahma Guarana, right?
No, I don't know that one. No.
namesake, but you remember namesake. You remember Brahma Guarana is a drink like Limca.
Oh, so Limca, remember Gold Sports.
I know Limca, yes, but all other ones you are mentioning since I don't know them.
Yeah. Maybe they gravitated towards the north, but then wow,
I think so. I think so.
Okay, but you remember Limca now, because Limca has been on.
Limca was from the south. So.
Okay, so which other products did you know that? Yes, Gold Spot. Yes, exactly.
Ginger ale.
So which other products?
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale. I remember that one too, but I'm trying to catch what it looks like.
Ginger ale now. We used to call it ginger ale. Ginger ale.
Yes.
Fanta ginger ale.
Yes, Fanta ginger ale. I remember it.
Yeah.
So which other ones again? Which other products have they killed? They are no longer in the market. That used to reign.
Now.
Do you remember Crest? Who remembers Crest?
Yes, of course, I remember. Yes.
You remember Crest?
Imperial leather. Imperial leather.
No, Imperial leather is still on. No, they are still in the market too.
But no, okay. Some people actually use it.
It's what I use.
Okay, which other drink? Let's see.
You are saying something. Which one do you use?
No, I said I use Imperial leather up to date, but the cream, I can't find it.
Wow.
So they have
I realize that it is mainly men that use all those old
like
names.
That soap. Yes,
mainly men use it. But we women, we try to get fancy soaps. Soaps, exactly, that will affect our skin and make us look nice. You know, but men, they just go for Joy soap, Lux, Imperial, all those fake things. They just
Oh, you are calling them fake things.
Not fake, all those they are not too cool, you know.
Standard for you people. They are not standard for you people.
Just men that like to use them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, somebody said Tura soup. Is that Aisha or Salman? Somebody said Tura. Tura.
Oh, Aisha is around. Aisha, hi.
Yes,
Just
Aisha
came in
is
quietly.
around.
She came in quietly.
Oh, Aisha is here.
Yeah, I think she's here.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Good evening. You came in quietly.
Welcome. Good evening.
I sneaked in.
Yeah, you did.
It's good to have you.
So
good to have you. Welcome. So you remember pharmaceutical products that they've killed, like Cafenol, Pengu. You remember those ones? Fancy. Maybe it's
I know, and I remember the commercial for Pengo. Pain goes quickly with Pengo. Pain goes quickly with Pengo. Yeah. Pain goes quickly with Pengo. Pain goes quickly with Pengo. I remember that. So those are the products that have left.
They've left. They've killed them. They've withdrawn them out of the market. Very, very nice products, I remember. So it's nice.
Maybe they were not breaking even.
No. They actually hit the market too. They made their mark, passed through those stages, but then every product must be killed. Every product.
Why?
It's like that. Yeah, because nothing lasts forever. Even you, one day you leave the scene. That's just normal with life.
Definitely.
Exactly. You leave the scene and new Gen Zs, the young shall go, they'll come and take over from us.
Coke has no plan of leaving the market. Coke has no plan of leaving the market.
Yeah, but one day they will leave. Even if we are not here, they will still leave.
They're only trying to buy new entrants.
Exactly.
So they don't have plans, you know?
Yeah, they don't have plans, but they will still live one day. Nothing lasts forever. That's the most important thing. No matter how long you stay, you will still live. Another product will come and take over. Yeah, so that's a graphical illustration of adding and eliminating any existing product on the product mix. So adding a new product line, lengthening any existing line. So lengthening in the sense that you want to ensure that that product stays longer than possible. And like Julie said, people like Pepsi and Coca-Cola have transgenerational plans. So what they do is they try to revamp the product, they try to rebrand it, they try to remix it based on leadership and existing franchises that have bought those products. So Coca-Cola and Co, those products have lasted the test of time, have gone through a lot of lengthening process, rebranding, changing the bottles, changing the products, the labeling over time to resonate with the new generation and the in thing. So creativity, innovation through research and development helps lengthen the lifestyle of products and also bringing new variants to support them. Limca used to be owned by a company, but currently Coca-Cola bought it over. So bringing in new brands, merging with others, targeting others are ways of lengthening their stay in the market and also bringing new variants to expand the product portfolio. This also culminates in increase in profitability. So in a product mix, profitability decisions for the organization identifies which product or services will produce and deliver to customers. So in actual sense, every product should provide value. It should solve a problem. One of the things Coca-Cola promises to solve is your taste. And once somebody is tasty, the first thing that comes to his mind is Coca-Cola. What should he take? I don't care about the sugar, just quench my taste. Exactly. So that's what every product is about. So once you're able to bring to the mind of a consumer or a customer that this will solve his immediate problem, then it delivers value and it produces to deliver to customers. So in production and determining the mix and productivity decisions, these decisions are very important from the research and development unit, the sales team, the marketing and all that. They put these factors into consideration to ensure it delivers maximally. So guiding principles on the role of cost information in product mix decisions involves some of what we'll be looking at. So in determining the cost of a product and its profitability, and also the mix to actually produce per time, some of these factors we are looking at. One is reviewing the mix of the existing product line. So how many products do we have? How many portfolio? How many lines do we have currently? Also, from the production perspective, as managers, we will ask a question like, how many products can we add to the new lines? How many are not performing? Can we delete from the existing lines of the product mix? Important questions. Also, determining the relative emphasis of new versus existing product lines in the mix. So, the relative emphasis on value added to the market, traction gained, and sales volume generated in respect to the existing and the new products. So they do those analysis at the back end to determine the product mix and the profitability decisions to make for the future. Also determining the appropriate emphasis on internal development versus external acquisition in the product mix. So which product should we revamp internally? Should we rebrand? If you look at Coca-Cola, like Jay opined, it's not ready to move out of the market because over time it has developed rebranding, change of logo, change of packaging, change of this. Why? They keep being innovative internally to develop the product, and it stays in the market, in the minds of consumers. Also, external acquisition, like I mentioned, they bought over Limca and to add to their product mix. Limca was going down and they felt, oh, this recipe, this formula is a nice one. It's something they could sustain in the market. So they acquired it, bought the product, and it's not really doing well as Coke, but then a lot of people like it. It's soda, and me that don't take soft drink, once in a while I like the Limca taste because of the lemon, and it kind of aids digestion, and the sugar level is not too much. So I take Limca once in a black moon, but I don't take Coke. The sugar is too much for me. So the external acquisition of other products help the product mix and profitability decision. Very important. Also, you gauge the effects of adding or deleting a product. What's the effect in terms of profitability, in terms of revenue, and in terms of the effect in the market, demand, the market condition. Very important. So you gauge those effects before you delete. Some products remain in the market, even though they keep making losses to the company, but they remain because of the effect and also publicity and the traction it gains. So they leave those products and other ones support them with profitability. Also, forecasting the effects of future external change on the company's product mix is another reason for this. Once they forecasted the external change and it's positive, they kind of let those products stay. So these are the points and what to look at graphically in gauging or also determining decisions to make on product mix and profitability decisions in the market. Very, very important. So by way of recap, we're looking at the product mix and profitability decisions in the market space to ensure that products are produced objectively and the profitability is also ensured, which is planned. You don't make profits by accident, and that's why financial data analysis is very important. You have data on what the product lines, the portfolio have performed in the market in the last production cycle. So depending on that result, you want to build on that. Just like you have a budget for a particular year, the next year you want to build on that result of the budget to either go up or to scale down. So that's what the product mix essentially is about. Considering the width, the length, the depth, the mix, and the consistency also of those products. We also looked at the decisions based on these parameters on adding, eliminating, adding new product line, lengthening the existing ones, bringing new variants like targets, and also producing value to the market, which is very, very important. If your product does not solve a problem, you don't have any business producing it in the market in the first place. And we looked at guiding principles, looking at reviewing the mix of existing product lines, killing or deleting products. I call it kill the product. Also determining existing product lines versus new ones. Look at also targeted ones, develop internal ones, gauge the effects of either adding or deleting, and forecasting the effects of future external change, the company's product mix, and those are factors of product mix and profitability decisions. So in the context of the case study, the examiner normally comes this line mostly in requirement 2. Some products, and you need to make decisions on which ones are profitable, which ones to kill. I think in one diet specifically, he brought 3 drugs, Tiagol, Riagol, and something Niagol, I think November 2014. 2 products were profitable, 1 was not. So he asked us to write in requirement 2, what decision should you make? Should you kill the product that is having negative contribution and enhance the one that has positive contribution, both of us? So these are scenarios of product mix and profitability decision that should show up in the case study exams proper. Okay, so having looked at that, we looked at this short section. In the next section, we'll be running a total summary from Unit 3 down to the last part of the Chapter 3, because before we started the lecture, I said time is running out. We need to start running very fast. So we'll be doing a summary of Chapter 3. In fact, Chapter 3, we should be able to end Chapter 3 in this class. The next class we'll have is mock exam 2 debrief, and upper week, I think April. Next week is upper week April. We should start Chapter 4. We'll finish Chapter 4 in one class, move to Chapter 5 in one class. So before the end of April, when lectures will stop, we should see how many chapters we've covered. And in between those lectures, we are also looking at mock exams like that. So we need to be fast. Lent and Ramadan will be ending, so we'll have enough energy. Do I know a lot of work in the office, end of first quarter, so a lot of commitments, but then we have to sacrifice and put in the effort to meet up with May 2025 exams. It's not easy, but then it's worth the effort at the end of the day once you pass your exams. So do we have any questions for this section for product mix and profitability decision before we take our short quiz? Any questions? All right, I believe it was okay. I believe it was self-explanatory. Let me bring out my small book and ready to